Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome to our group. We are coming from Agribisnis Class A Palembang. There are 4 people who are members of these groups. And the first one is me, Nadilla Oktarini, with the student's ID number 173.
I'm Muhammad Akbar Oktaridho S with the student ID number 45.
My name is Ramadhan Ikhlas with the student ID number is 177.
And the last is me, Tusriono, with the student ID number 171.
Well, we made these videos to fulfill the English assignments of our lecturer. And we hope you will enjoy this video and we're glad to be here with you.
Then, what are we going to do right now?
Well, today we are going to learn about adjective clauses. Now, let's get started.
What is an adjective clause? An adjective clause is a group of words that has the subject-verb combination that has both a subject and a verb that acts as objective. In a sentence, it's simply a clause that works as an adjective in a sentence. An adjective clause is a dependent clause, which means it cannot stand on its own, which means it's a part of a sentence, is a fragment of a sentence. It cannot stand on its own.
An adjective clause starts with the following conjunction: who, whom, was, that, which, when, where, and why.
Okay, next, let us look at the usage of an adjective clause. For the first, an adjective clause can be used to modify the subject in a sentence. For example, the movie that she saw is 3 hours long. The adjective clause that she saw is modified the subject movie. So, it provides us with more information on the subject of the sentence.
An adjective clause can also be used to modify a noun in the predicate. Take a look at this example. She is the girl who painted the picture. The main clause in this sentence is she is the girl. The adjective clause, which is the subordinate clause, is who painted the picture. The noun girls appears in the predicate of the main clause. The adjective clause, who painted the picture, modifies the noun girl.
Number 3. An adjective clause can be used to modify the direct object in the principal clause. For example, I took the coffee that Ari read. Coffee is the direct object in the principal clause. I took the coffee. The adjective clause that and read modify the noun coffee.
4. An adjective clause can be used to modify the indirect object in the principal clause. For example, we wrote our friend who is in Greece a letter. Friend is the indirect object in the principal clause. We wrote our friend. The adjective clause who is in Greece modifies the indirect object friend.
The last of all, an adjective clause can be used to modify the object to a preposition in principal clause. For example, we live near the house that is abandoned. So, the noun house is the object to the preposition near in the principal clause. So, we live near the house that the adjective clause that is abandoned modifies the object house.
Guys, it is important to you to understand there are 2 types of adjective clauses: essential adjective clauses and non-essential adjective clauses. The first one is an essential adjective clauses. Is a clause that gives essential or defining informations about the noun it modifies. The information it gives is necessary to find out the noun. The information that an essential adjective clause gives is important. It's vital to find out of the noun it modifies. An essential adjective clause is not offset using commas. For example, people who work out daily have less disease. So, in these examples are adjective clause who work out daily. This adjective clauses is essential adjective clause because it's giving assumptions about the nouns. It is limiting the meaning of the word people. Not all the people in the world have less disease. People who work out daily have less disease. And if you take it out of the sentence, will not give the same meaning. Let's have to do it. For example, people have less disease. This means all the people in the world have less disease. So you cannot take an essential adjective clause out of your sentence. If you do that, the sentence will start giving a different meaning.
Now, let's understand what is a non-essential adjective clause. A non-essential adjective clause gives non-essential or non-defining information about the noun it modifies. And if you remove it from the sentence, the meaning of the sentence does not get changed. We use commas to offset a non-essential adjective clause because the information it provides is not vital, is not defining, is not essential. That is why we offset them using commas. Now, let's see some examples. The Taj Mahal, which is very beautiful, is in Agra. Which is very beautiful is a non-essential adjective clause, giving us extra information about a noun is Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal is a proper noun. It does not need any information to be identified. It is already identified. That is why the clause is offset using commas. The Taj Mahal, commas, which is very beautiful, is in Agra.
And for now, let us take some examples and understand the adjective clauses one by one. The first one is Arpit, who is a good friend of mine, works in Qatar Airways. So, our adjective clause here in the sentence is who is a good friend of mine. This adjective clause starting with the conjunctions who. Who is giving informations about the noun Arpit, but the informations this clause is giving is not essentials. It's non-defining. It's not needed to identify the subject Arpit because Arpit is a proper noun. It doesn't need any piece of information to be identified since it's proper noun, right? So, when you use an adjective clause to give non-essential, non-defining piece of information about the noun it modifies, you gotta use commas to offset the clause. So, that's why we use commas to offset this adjective clause. Arpit, comma, who is a good friend of mine, comma, works in Qatar Airways.
Next, Vivi is the girl whom I admire a lot. Can you guys tell me what is adjective clause here? It's very simple. Whom I admire a lot. Whom I admire a lot is an adjective clause giving information about the object of the verb admire. I admire whom the girls, so Vivi is the girl whom I admire a lot. So the adjective clause whom I admire a lot is giving information about the non-girls. Which girls whom I admire a lot? Vivi is the girl whom I admire a lot.
And the third, the guy whose parent died in a car accident last week is in a big trouble. So, in the sentence are adjective clause whose parents died in a car accident last week, giving information about the noun guy. Whose is used to show the position of a person. The guy whose parents died in a car accident last week. So, this adjective clause is giving essential information about the noun guy. Which guy whose parents died in a car accident last week is in a big trouble.
Next question is, I love the book that my brother gifted me last month. In the sentence, our adjective clause is that my brother gifted me last month, giving information about a noun book, not any book, the book that my brother gifted me last month. So, this adjective clause that my brother gifted me last month is giving essential. It's giving defining piece of information about the noun book. It's helping us to identify the noun. Which book did my brother give to me last month? That is used in an adjective clause to give a simple piece of information about the noun it modifies. You cannot use that in an adjective clause to give non-defining, non-essential piece of information about the noun it modifies. So, you have to use it in a clause to give information, to give defining information about the noun it modifies.
5. The movie which we watched last night was amazing. So, in this sentence, our adjective clause which we watched last night, giving us a essential piece of information about the known movie which we watched last night was amazing. Let's have one more example using which.
Okay, next, number 6. Jaipur, which is also known as the Pink City, has a rich heritage. So, which is also known as the Pink City, are adjective clause. This sentence is giving extra information about the noun Jaipur. Jaipur is a proper noun and it doesn't need any information to be identified. So, this adjective clause, which is also known as the Pink City, is giving us extra information about the subject itself. So, it's not helping us to find out the subject because the subject is a proper noun. It's already identified. So, when you give extra information about the noun, you offset your adjective clause using commas. Just like our questions before, Jaipur, comma, which is also known as the Pink City, comma, has a rich heritage. If you want to use this clause out of the sentence, you can do it. You can do that. It will not change the meaning of the sentence. Jaipur has a rich heritage. You can do that.
7. This is the time when he sleep. So, when he sleep are adjective clause. When is the conjunction, he is the subject. Sleep is the verb. So, when he sleep is an adjective clause giving information about the noun time. This is the time. Which time? When he sleep. So, when he sleep is an adjective clause giving information about the noun time.
8. The place where they have kept the money is quite far away from here. So, in this sentence, are the adjective clause is where they have kept the money, starting with the conjunction where. So, where they have kept the money is giving information about the noun place. Which place? Not any random place. The place where they have kept the money is quite far away from here. So, it's giving us essential defining information about the noun place, helping us to identify the noun place. Which place where they have kept the money is quite far away from here.
9. The reason why we lost the match is that we did not practice Nook. So, in this example, our adjective clause why we lost the match, starting with the conjunction, the pronoun why, giving us information about the known reason. Which reason why we lost the match is that we did not practice Nook. So, this adjective clause giving essential information about the known reason, helping us to identify noun, helping us to identify subject the reason. Which reason why we lost the match is that we did not practice Nook.
So before we end our presentation for today, we should discuss and let us discuss about the key points that we can get from our presentations, these materials.
In the first, adjective clause are a way joining two sentences. In the joined sentence, the adjective clause modifies, describe a noun called the head noun in another clause of the sentence. And the second one, who, whom, whose, that, which, when, and where. These are the conjunction and adjective clause start with and usually called as adjective clause marker.
3. There are two types of adjective clause, essential adjective clause and non-essential adjective clause. An essential adjective clause is not offset using commas, and a non-essential adjective clause we offset them using commas.
4. If you want to give non-essential information about a person, use who. 5. If you want to give non-essential information about a thing, use which.
So the sixth one is that is not used in adjective clause to give non-defining or non-essential informations. It is only used in adjective clause to give only essential informations about the noun it refers to. And the last is that is only pronoun which is used to give informations about both people and things. But when you want to give non-essential about people, you can use who. And when you want to give non-essential informations about a thing, use which. You cannot use that to give non-essential information about people and things. Use who and which in that case. Well, maybe this is the end of our presentation for today. We are so sorry if we have mistakes, and thank you for your big attentions. Lastly, wabillahi taufiq walhidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.